Hey, what's up? It's Bon. Let's talk about The Division as a whole. So today we had the Ubisoft Forward game showcase, Ubisoft's yearly show. Sometimes they do it more. I'm going to talk about what they talked about with The Division. I'm going to give my thoughts on it and kind of talk about the whole show as well. So let's get right into it. So they talked about the Division 2, Heartland, and Resurgence, the mobile game. For the Division 2, they announced the release date for that to be the 13th, which I'm recording this the same day as the show, which was the 10th. So that's only 3 days away. So here on I guess like Tuesday, they're going to release season 10, which is exciting. I was really impressed with the story of season 9. I'm excited to see where they take that with this new one. Hopefully there's some cool stuff to do as well, the targets and gear and all that. So that's happening. They did talk about two new apparel events, the Shade or SHD Paragon and Dark Path events. The only thing I saw was this weird baby face thing. I don't know. I'm just never probably going to be happy with the apparel events, so I'm just accepting that. They did again confirm year 5 content has begun development. Now it's probably like literally being talked about. I have to imagine they're probably pretty focused on season 11 and then season 12, which will come before year 5. But if you don't know, with the Division, they're never just working on one patch. They always have the bulk of people working on the next patch, with some people working on the one after that, and then people at least thinking about the one after that. That's just, you have to do that. That's just the way this stuff works. They also announced that they will be doing a season 10 reveal live stream on September 12th, and that will be on the Twitch channel for the Division game. As for Heartland, we got a minute video with Keith, who was one of the big people on the Division 2 and Division 1 from Red Storm. And so just kind of talking about that and how excited he is to bring that game to us and for us to see more. But they really didn't show us anything. It was extremely minimal. And then they talked a lot about Resurgence, which is the mobile game. Looks very much like it's going to be like mobile The Division. It's not going to be some like completely different game that happens to be called The Division. It seems like it will be a Division game that's just scaled down graphically. Size-wise, it still seems like it's going to be pretty big. So there's that. So that was basically the whole show when it comes to The Division. The rest of the show had a few cool things, Mario and Rabbids, and a bunch of games that I don't know why they're making them, but that's fine. That's their choice. And then they ended it, like the second half was a big Assassin's Creed showcase where they announced the next game that's coming out next year, and then multiple games after that, and the final bit of content for Valhalla. And it was a solid show, I think, overall, especially obviously carried in pretty large part by Assassin's Creed. And so let's talk about the Division. So for Division 2, we kind of knew everything about that. Them putting it out to us on the 13th was surprising. I thought it would probably be another week. I thought this would be towards the end of September. So it's exciting that that's coming to us, and they must not have found anything too big and scary in the PTS. So this is a pretty content light when it comes to there's no new modes. There's I think a few new weapons and gear pieces and stuff, but it's not like the most intense patch in the world. So I'm glad they didn't find anything crazy. They talked about the General Peter Anderson, the actual leader of the True Sons, will be the target for this one. So that should be cool to kind of see where that takes us story-wise, because season 9, I thought, did a really good job of setting things up and kind of moving things forward for the first time in quite a while. The apparel events, I think, look not my thing, I guess. I've kind of given up. So that's fine. If you like the stuff that they're putting out, hopefully there's stuff that we haven't seen that maybe I'll be into, but it's not about me. They're putting it out for everyone, and maybe I'm just a grumpy old jerk. Year 5, I think that's a cool announcement. If you want my early hot take, my super hot take, I have no reason to actually believe this, but this is my guess. So year 5 will begin in April or May of 2023. In theory, will end in April or May of 2024. And I think sometime during year 5, we'll get an announcement of the Division 3 being developed. I do not believe there's the availability at Massive to do a whole new game until 2026 or so. I'm gonna guess that the Star Wars game is probably gonna come out in like 2024 ish, and then that's when they can really focus on maybe a new Division game, and then obviously Avatar is gonna come out sooner than that. But I don't expect the Avatar team to leave Avatar for a while, and when they do, I bet they work on something else and not the Division. But we'll see. That's just my hot take guess. The season 10 reveal stream for Division 2, cool, that's exciting. The Division Heartland, so this was an interesting one because my initial feedback was like, we really need more. There's reasons why I can't really talk too much about it, and I'll kind of refrain from too much speculation because stuff. But I will say that my general reaction was like, come on, show us more. But at the same time, like, they might just not have anything to show us. And I saw people moaning and groaning for like, oh, we should have gotten a date. I don't think they have a date yet. I think this game is probably still very much in development, and we probably will find out when they do. And then I saw people, there's some posts on Reddit and stuff, people being like, they promised us information. No, they just said it would appear. Now, do I think that maybe they shouldn't have? It felt like they were kind of acting like there was going to be more than there was, I guess. But people being like, they promised us. I am so angry. Games shouldn't make you angry. If they do, you need to just go outside. Just stop. This isn't worth being angry about, especially the Division Heartland. Come on. It's a free-to-play Ubisoft game. You shouldn't be getting mad about it. I hope they do show us more sooner than later. Supposedly there's tests going on. I didn't know that, and I probably should. So, maybe I'll get in on some of those later, and I won't be able to talk about it. Heartland, people it's going to come when it comes. I think that you would rather it come when it's ready and not before, because we've seen that happen again and again and again and again with Ubisoft. So just chill out. And then Resurgence, I have no interest. I don't care about mobile games. I'm glad that these companies are doing mobile games because mobile games will help fund like their entire company. But I really wish in these like showcases, they would stop showing mobile games the same way they do more traditional games, because the mobile game audience isn't watching these showcases, and the people who are watching them don't care. You can mention it for sure. Be like, hey, we also have this mobile experience. Check it out on Android and iPhone, and maybe show like a 2-second clip. But stop doing these like multi-minute segments in these game shows for mobile games, because no one cares. Like, that's my message. Maybe I don't represent everyone. You can disagree with me down in the comments if you want. I think it's cool they do mobile because that makes a ton of money. That funds the other games I actually want to play. Maybe you as well. You can even mention it. Say, hey, we do have a mobile experience. Go check it out. But stop putting up these trailers. Assassin's Creed did it. They did it with Avatar and the D23 show yesterday. They did it with the Division today. Stop acting like anyone really cares about this mobile experience. They don't. But maybe that's just me. You can disagree with me down in the comments. Otherwise, this is what it is at this point. I want more Heartland info. I'm excited about what's happening with Division 2. I think this is leading to a Division 3 eventually, and there's a mobile game coming. I hope if that's your thing, you can get into it. That's kind of my thoughts. That's kind of where I'm going to leave this one. So check me out over on Twitter at Bondiesel, as well as basically everywhere else, including on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bondiesel. You can check out my podcast, The Echo Cast, where I do talk about the Division every week. And that is on all podcast providers and on this very YouTube channel. You can also support over on Twitch, patreon.com/Bondiesel, or by just watching my stuff, sharing it, commenting, liking it, subscribing to the channel. That's all I ask. So I don't know, help me out. So that's all I have for this one. Until next time.